Justin LaBar for the Pittsburgh Tribune Review. We are here at the Ross Draver Ice Garden. Saturday night, TNA is in town. If you get a chance to see TNA live, take the opportunity. It's in-your-face action from all the great athletes, the men, the superstars, but also some of the best female action you'll find. Happy to talk to you, the first time ever, one of my favorites in the wrestling industry, and that is Awesome Kong. Kong, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm a little intimidated, but it's okay, and thank you for giving me your time here. Talking about this, you're back in TNA. It's been fun watching you. You continue to give out carnage to all the new knockouts that continue to come in. I guess it's got to be pleasurable for you.
Well, always. People in crippling pain tickles me, and I like to be tickled. I may not laugh a lot, but I like to be tickled.
Kong, talk to me about breaking into the wrestling. 'Cause I'd actually love to know a little bit of your back history. I don't know a lot of it. I remember one day turning on the TV and I remember seeing like, who is this? And from that point on, you've remained somebody I love to watch. Talk to me about getting where you got here.
Oh, well, was always an avid wrestling fan since I was small, and grew up in California. We didn't have a lot of shows that came out to California, and one day I decided, hey, I am a very successful 24-year-old. I'm going to do something wild and crazy before I get older to tell my grandkids I did something wild and crazy. And I started to pursue wrestling, and it actually was a joke that went really, really, really far and turned into a career. So, that goes to show kids, if you really put something you're all into it, you never know what you're going to get out of it. And I sold my business, packed up everything, moved to Japan, and became a superstar in Japan. 5 years later, I came to the United States and got a job here at TNA Wrestling.
Can I ask what kind of business was it you sold?
Well, I used to have vending machines in a lot of high schools, chock full of naughty snacks, full of grease and, complex carbohydrates and all that good stuff.
All the stuff that's being outlawed.
All the bad stuff.
Now, obviously, you're not typical in terms of your size and your abilities when it comes to women's wrestling. What was an influence? Who was a motivation? Who was a role model, if you had any, breaking in?
Well, Johnny Lahr, most of you know her as China. She was a big influence, however, she was a bodybuilder. I had no one of my size, of just actual, big roller pin, traditional size girls to look up to as far as size wise. Actually, the business, the whole wrestling business told me that I couldn't succeed in this business because I'm what most people would refer to as obese or overweight. However, even though I am overweight, I have a lot of athletic ability because it's not about, people come in all shapes and sizes, and I'm just a naturally large person. You have family members who are just naturally large, and I decided, hey, I'm going to create a persona that people are going to believe, because that is me. You come and approach me in real life. Do you think you're just going to roll me over? No. That people can accept and really entertain them. That I don't have to be, 26, 34, 26 to succeed in this business. It was an uphill climb, but I made it.
Well, you did make it, and you've had obviously some great runs and great matches here in TNA. Obviously, you did have a brief stint with, I guess we'd say brief, with WWE in terms of one official match being, I guess, the Royal Rumble. But it's still somewhat memorable to the fans. They still talk about the Karma persona.
Thank you.
I would imagine, as everybody says in wrestling, never say never, I would imagine everything's still on the table for who knows what the future holds.
People say never say never. Wrestling is just always full of possibilities and different roads to go down. Who knew that I would still be wrestling? This is my 13th year in wrestling, and I thought I would be back doing social work and selling, Cheetos to local high school kids by this time, but I'm not. I'm still here, and the wrestling fans still want me. So as long as you guys want me, I'm going to stay.
Last question, just if you don't mind breaking a little bit into the personal, into the road. Any good ribs anybody's ever played on Awesome Kong? Anybody ever got Kong really well on the road?
On the road.
That you can tell us.
Right, yeah, because I'm like, oh,
I had to preface that with EC3.
I have to tell a PG story. Someone did, someone sent me all their bills. Like, someone charged everything to my room once. So I got a bill that was like, what? And I'm like, I watched spanking what? No, this is not my bill. This is not my bill. So I still haven't found out who the bandit is. When I find out who that bandit is, world of pain. World of pain.
I was going to say, I'm glad that you don't know who it is, because I couldn't believe you were actually protecting their identity if you did know.
I have no clue. They got me good. I'm calling him the Hamburglar because they charge about 13 hamburgers on my room. So when I find the Hamburglar, pain.
Forget the hamburgers. I think what you're watching on the late night television is more concerning.
Right? I couldn't. It was spanked to something, and I was like, oh my goodness.
That's all you.
Spank them. I'm gonna spank you.
That's all you need. That'll be on the internet the next day. It's all you need is somebody at the desk being a fan of Awesome Kong and knowing that it's you, and they're screen grabbing your bill.
She not only does she like to fight,
a dirty
she
girl.
Spanking too.
Awesome Kong, thank you very much. She's again tonight here at TNA Ross Draver Ice Garden. Again, go to their website, check out their tour dates. If you get a chance to see them, take them up on it. It is a great night of live action. Bring the entire family. It's a great setup, as you can see here in the Ross Draver Ice Garden. A chance to get up and close, meet and greet, autographs, merchandise. Kong, thank you, and thank you for not hurting me.
What's that?